Okay, guys, close my windows. So, what do you want? What do you want? Think about that. It's okay to want. Wanting is good. In order for something to show up, you have to want it. I like to say to my clients, how do you know what you want? Look at what you have. That's how you know what you want. What do you have? You are cause, not effect. Whatever's showing up on some level, you're causing it. You could either take responsibility for that or not. Just live like you're at the effect of the world, or in other words, like you're a victim, but you are cause. The problem is we cause unconsciously. So what do you want? Get clear about it. Write it down. Get out a notepad right now. Get your pen and ask the question, what do I want? I want, and then just start writing. Wanting is okay. Excuse me. In order to have, however, this is where we get confused, you have to give. You came here to give because you are cause. Cause gives. Cause causes by giving. And so we get confused. We think we lack. And so we try to get. The problem with the world is most of the world is about getting. Most people in the world are about getting. We come to every relationship, every situation, every job, every experience saying that we're Mr. and Mrs. Wonderful. We're here because we got something for you. But inside, deep inside, feeling like I ain't got nothing. I have shit. And I'm here to get from you what I think you have for me. So if you start getting because you want, and when I say getting, I don't mean receiving, getting is an act. You're actively trying to get. That's what I mean by getting. And you come to everything to get, you will never experience having. We've talked about this before. You won't experience having. In fact, getting proves not having. The only way to know you have is you have to give. And so the truth is, there are things you want, that's fine, but your purpose is to give. And if you really dive deep into your wanting, what you want is to be about your purpose. So I'm going to continue down that path in a moment here. But first, I want to say to you guys, um, I have a coaching program. I have a number of coaching programs, but I have one specifically for men. Specifically for men. Women can come in. It was designed for men. Um, whoever would like to come in is great, but especially for men because a lot of men, a lot of young men, men from 18 to 40 and even, beyond are a bit challenged right now. I believe I've coached a lot of men and I see the same challenge over and over. And the challenge is a lack of direction, a lack of understanding for who and what they are as a man, confusion around masculine. We've been given these messages from society about toxic masculinity. Is there toxic masculinity? Sure. But there's also toxic femininity. There's toxic anything. Anything can be toxic if it's applied the wrong way or used for the wrong purpose. Your purpose can be toxic if it's co-opted by your ego and by the need to get. And your purpose, you know your purpose by your talents, gifts, strengths, and abilities. They're not an accident. If you follow those, they lead you to this awakening of purpose. And so, what most men are missing is purpose. And so, in this program, I first have you ask the question, what do you want? Start getting clear about that. But I call this level up coaching for men. Level up men's coaching. Okay. And so it really is about going up to the next level, finding true happiness, joy, passion. By the way, your purpose is always attached to your passion. They don't come separately. They don't come separately. Passion is driving you in your purpose. It's the energy that moves you to fulfill your purpose. So It's a 16-week, a 4-month program. And right now there are 6 spots left in an group of 8 men in this program. There's 6 left, and I'm offering it to you guys. And if you jump into this program, and you can inquire about it at mark@markvandergag.com. But if you come into this program, you're going to get to have both one-on-one coaching with me for 4 months. You have coaching once a week. You'll have one-on-one coaching one week. You'll have buddy coaching. You can bring a buddy in with you, by the way. If you bring somebody in with you, you jump in together, you save a significant amount of money. So one-on-one coaching once a week, then you'll get your buddy coaching where I'll coach both of you together. A lot of power. Nothing more powerful than 2 or more minds joined together under one purpose. Nothing more powerful. In fact, nothing is created in the world without some form of union or coming together under purpose. And so nobody does it alone. Anybody does anything great, I promise you, they did not do it alone, no matter what they tell you. And, so let me finish this. So you get the one-on-one, you get the buddy coaching, or what I call AP coaching, accountability partnerships, your buddy. And then I'll put you in the life shift mastermind. So that's a program that already exists. It's similar to the Power Cluster program. It's designed for men who are seeking purpose, seeking true success in life, true passion and joy. So you will automatically get to be in that. And so you'll get that once a month. With that's a 90-minute session with your team. You'll bond with your team. Again, nothing more powerful than 2 or more minds joined together on a purpose. When you're joined with the other 7 members of your mastermind, and you find that true bond, that true connection, you're going to want for them what they want for themselves as much as they want it. And they're going to want for you what you want for yourself as much as you want it. And you, by the way, can have this for the rest of your life with that mastermind, that cluster, that team, if you so choose. They will be your network to success. And so just want to tell you, I'm offering that. If you're interested in it, just check in with me, mark@markvandergag.com, and I will respond and give you all the details. So, nothing wrong with wanting. Wanting is good, but in order to manifest what you want, you have to give it. That's the secret. You got to give it. And so we are here to give. We're not here to get. Most people completely misunderstand the purpose for being here. And when I say being here, I mean being in the world, on the planet. And so giving is by design how we expand. In truth, we can only increase through giving. And what you try to get eludes you. You might actually gather a lot upon yourself, right? In the process, we can do that, but you'll never really fully experience fulfillment or having. You're just proving to yourself you don't have enough, and you just need to keep getting, right? And so this doesn't mean you can't be abundant and prosperous and all that stuff. You can. The best way to do that is through giving. And so I see some people jumping in here. AKI, hi. Nathan, the loneliness coach, welcome. And so, yeah, what I want you to know this evening is that only on purpose can you succeed. We succeed on purpose, right? And so your purpose is not an accident. There's a purpose that you have that only you and you alone can bring to the world. You're a piece of the puzzle to, let's say, the universal creation or God's creation. And what you have to bring, nobody else can bring. It's yours and yours alone to bring it. We all share a purpose. We've talked about this before, the purpose of making heaven on earth, right? That we share that purpose. We're meant to do that in community through communion by joining together. And so, I like the whole manosphere thing going on right now. I really like a lot of those guys, and I get I get it. I get what they're about. I think they're onto something. There's one area I think they're a little bit off. And there's a lot of sort of support for lone wolfing it. And I'm telling you, you can't make it by lone wolfing, no matter what they tell you. None of those guys lone wolfed it. I'm not saying they're not their own man. They didn't work hard and all of that, because they did, as have I and have many of you. But they didn't do it alone. And so anybody who makes it to any great extent in their life, who succeeds, they had a tribe, they had a network, they had other people helping them along the way. You cannot do it alone. Now, can you achieve things alone? Sure. Most people can't. Most people don't. Lone wolves don't make it typically. Will one break through now and then? Sure. But they usually do a lot of damage along the way. People who lone wolf it to the top, stepped on a lot of people, did a lot of damage. It is not necessary to do that. Completely unnecessary to do harm or do damage on the way up. And so when you're in your tribe, in your network, in your cluster, you exponentially increase your ability to manifest or to generate the life of your dreams, or to generate what you came to the planet to give. Only through your network. And a nice thing about the mastermind is you can have that forever, right? And so here's the thing about lone wolves. They don't survive. If you look in nature, when the wolf gets kicked out of the pack, he's a dead man. He will not survive, right? Typically, they don't survive. Let some kind human adopts them. They don't survive. So, and I want you to know this as well, like this whole thing about alpha males and I'm an alpha, nobody, the alpha male doesn't do it alone either. The alpha male, by the way, the alpha male is where in the pack? He's in the back of the pack, not in the front. He's watching over the whole pack, directing everything, knowing what's going on. There is a male in the front of the pack. You could say he's secondary alpha, whatever that is. But he's still beta to the alpha, the ultimate leader, or submissive to the leader. But he's strong enough, powerful enough, aware of his ability, to be out front dealing with whatever comes at them first. And here's the thing, the true alpha male put him there. An alpha male is not afraid to make other people alpha or put them in leadership positions or let them do what they are best at doing, even if the alpha male isn't good at doing it themselves, or the alpha person, right? We're okay with that. If you have to be alpha to everyone and everything, you're not really alpha, right? You're trying to prove something about yourself you don't believe. And that's not true alpha, and that person will do damage as well. Those people wind up being, bullies, just sort of hurtful people in general. I'm not saying that sometimes you don't have to fight or take care of yourself or do what you got to do. You do, but not most of the time. No, you don't. You don't really need to. So there's something we can do when we come together to do it that you can definitely not do when you're separated out from your pack. We are herding animals. We're meant to be together. And we know that on a very deep level. And so in one situation you're in, that may not be yours to lead. If it's not yours to lead, you don't have to force yourself up front just because you need to look like the alpha, right? But you will know what is yours to lead, and you will take the lead on that, and you will alpha up. That will happen. Okay. So if you want to know more, I just want to say this. Think about purpose. Ask yourself, what do I want? And then ask yourself, once you get there and you list it all up, then ask yourself, how can I give this? Because what you think you came to get is actually the thing you came to give. You didn't come here to get anything. And your pursuit of getting it has sort of made you an expert at how to give it. So once you ask what it is I want, ask yourself, how can I be the giver of this? Ask that question. All right. Until we talk next time, please reach out to me if you're interested in checking out the Level Up Men's Coaching Program. Our goal is to put 8 people in that program. We have room for 6 right now. Please jump in, give me a call. You'll get a free coaching session with me. We'll talk it through, see where you're at, see if you're fit for the program, and we'll move on from there. All right, guys, thanks. Somebody's asking, Loneliness Coach, do you find yourself lone wolfing it a lot? Me? Um, sure. I used to. I used to. Um, I still have a tendency to do that, but not nearly as much anymore because I know the power of, true union of team, true team. I've sort of coined this phrase, true team, TRU, capital E, team, truly extraordinary team. Truly extraordinary team of people or of men is a team where each person knows their purpose, knows their why, knows their purpose, knows their talents, gifts, strengths, and abilities, and knows how to apply them to this team in order to move the whole team forward. That's true team. Will there be a leader of that team? Sure. And then in certain situations, will somebody else step up and lead? Absolutely. And will the alpha, the leader, be willing to step back and allow it to happen? They definitely will. They have no ego need to look like the alpha. They know they are, right? That's the difference. And so, yes, I used to lone wolf it a lot. Every now and then I find myself doing that because it's sort of things don't go easily when you're lone wolfing it. So I pretty quickly realized I did it again. And then I reach out for support, right? I reach out to connect to my team, and I have a great team. All right. Any other questions before I jump off of here? No lone wolfing it. All right. Give me a call, set up a free coaching call, and we'll see where you're at, see if you fit for the team. All right, guys. Peace.